Hey friends, Cowboy Jobu here at the Jobu Sports Report, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, this would be nothing. Boy, I gotta tell you, I think we need to have Michael Irvin on First Take every single day, because it was live, and he's got real football talk. Let's go to the tape, where he's talking about Tony Romo's future and advice for Zeke Elliott.
Back with us, he joins us to promote his movie Slamma-Jamma, which is in theaters now. Meanwhile, Tony Romo still a Dallas Cowboy despite recent reports of being released or traded by Dallas. You said recently, Michael, there is no chance Romo retires. What should the Cowboys do with America's favorite, now backup quarterback?
Just what they're doing right now. And that's waiting to see the first shoe that drops, because they're holding all the marbles right now. Let me tell you something. And what we like to do, we talked about this, they like to jump out first in free agency so you can grab a big piece of the pie financially. But a quarterback, and what we just talked about, Mike Glennon getting 15 a year, whenever Romo becomes available, they'll make money available. It's smart business right now. What we need to be saying is, if you are a Houston Texans fan, get your jersey and your helmet and go bam on their door and say, why can you give up $72 million for Brock Osweiler and then not turn around and risk a fourth-round draft pick? Something on the table to get Tony Romo. That's what I'm talking about. We're pointing the fingers in the wrong place. They should be at the Texans.
Once again, you should be incredibly ashamed of yourself. I'm ashamed of you right now. I'm ashamed of you. Let me tell you why. Because you know one of the reasons that I was looking forward to you coming on the show, particularly with the Romo subject, at no time did I hear you speak about the disrespect holding on to Tony Romo, raving about Tony Romo, swearing about how much he means to you, how disrespectful that was to Dak Prescott, your rookie stud who showed up and guided y'all to a 13-3 record. At no time have I heard you open your mouth and show and speak to the disrespect the Cowboys have displayed when it comes to Dak Prescott because of Jerry Jones' love affair with Tony Romo, his adopted son.
Here again, Stephen A. You're taking, and I've always learned that action speaks louder than words. You're saying Jerry's words about Tony Romo
words don't matter?
Override Jerry's action on giving Dak the job when he earned it. I don't see that. What about the respect? Take the diss out that you get when you say, I know that's my guy, and I know I love this guy, but you have earned the right.
Jerry Jones had no choice.
Oh, he's a billionaire. He had a choice.
He had no choice. After Dak Prescott was winning those football games, you're going to bring in Tony Romo with his bad back, bad collarbone, bad pinky finger self, and you're going to tell me you was going to put Tony Romo back in there?
He made the right choice. He had a choice. He made the right choice. And
he had no choice, and you know it.
He relinquished the job to Dak Prescott and set the man down that he loved the most. I say that's respect, not disrespect. Don't you people let him fool y'all with all these fancy words.
Don't you have a problem with the fact that Jerry Jones seems as if he has more love for Tony Romo than he ever had for you, than he ever had for anybody?
Listen.
Tony Romo hasn't won he's won 2 playoff games in 10 years.
I get on his airplane, I see my picture bigger than me in life, in real life. I know what he got for me. Okay. I know what he got for me.
Fair.
He doesn't bring his other billionaire friends around anything. Hey, when you get in the elevator to go to his office, I got a big lifestyle picture right there. Here's Michael Irvin. What happened? When you go to the stadium and go to the game, I got a big lifestyle poster. Before the game is played, I'm on the big lifestyle screen. No, I'm good, buddy. I am good.
I got you. You would know. I got the fall.
I didn't see Romo yet.
I got the fall back on that one. Okay.
Michael, okay, so if Romo means so much to the franchise and Jerry Jones, and he had to make the right choice to go with Dak Prescott and all that, why not just keep Romo instead of getting a 5th-round pick from a 4th-round pick, which you may not even get? Well, I understand you can free up money for the defensive backfield, but what's the Cowboys' issue been these last several years? No backup QB. It's the same amount of money you had allotted for the position. Who cares who starts and who sits on the bench? Sit Tony Romo on the bench.
Because of the mutual respect. And it's not just the money thing here. It's too much mutual respect between these guys. And Tony is too much of a competitor. That's why I can definitely say and emphatically say there's no way Tony Romo wants to sit down. This guy, what we don't do is give him the credit he deserves. I say if outside of Tom Brady, Tony Romo's story is one of the greatest NFL stories. When you measure men in distance travel.
Tell us why.
When
Tell
you
us the
measure
story.
men, I'm giving it to you. I'm going to lob it up, and then I'll give you the story behind it. When you measure men in distance travel, from where Tony Romo came from to where Tony Romo is, the only person that beats distance travel Tony Romo is Tom Brady. To come from where Tom Brady came from to win the Super Bowl. Tony Romo, statistically, is one of the greatest quarterbacks this game has ever seen, statistically. And he started in nowhere land.
Except he's never available, Michael.
Come He's been available.
His body's broken down. Michael never make it through a season.
Numbers didn't get there never being available. You guys have extrapolated this and made it never.
He's been hurt
the last couple years, but he's not never.
Michael Irvin, my brother. You are a 3-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer. And you are sitting on national TV with folks watching you in the millions, okay? And there you're looking at them and you're saying that this man who's won 2 playoff games in 10 years is not appreciated enough? Do you have any idea how asinine that statement is? What is wrong with you? It's not just about numbers. It's about production. What has happened to you? Where is the Michael Irvin that I have known and loved? Where have you gone?
When we talk about Colin Kaepernick, and I tell you it's about production,
Forget Colin Kaepernick.
No, it's not. Now we're talking about Tony Romo. Oh, it's about production. The man has produced. He has produced. Over his career, he has produced. No, he hasn't won a championship, but he has played well. And nobody expected him to do that because they didn't draft him. Nobody even thought he would be.
That's not the point. Give me that argument. His first 2 or 3 years in the league. You've been in the league for a decade, and you got 2 playoff victories in 10 years. It takes 3 playoff victories minimum to win a Super Bowl in 1 year. The man has won 2 playoff games in 10 years.
Wait,
and a
another 5
3-time
years.
Super Bowl champion.
Put it all together.
And a Hall of Famer is sitting here and talking about him.
Saying he only had
I'm talking
this much
about you
around
as
him
a
and that much
cowboy.
around
I'm
him.
talking about you as a
And you can't
cowboy.
expect him to do anything.
I'm talking about you
But
as a
when it comes
cowboy.
to the Cowboys,
Where are your standards?
you can't do that.
Hold on.
I don't understand.
Where have your standards gone? Where have your standards gone?
Didn't you spoke out both things?
Were you the one that were you the individual that was furious because y'all had won a couple of Super Bowl titles and then Jerry decided to get rid of Jimmy and you like, why mess this up? Was that not you?
No doubt.
Well, what happened to him? Where has he gone? What is wrong with you? You have sold your soul. I cannot believe what you are saying. Oh, my Lord. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. But Tony Romo.
Soul seller.
All right,
Tony Romo.
let's switch gears. Let's switch gears for a minute, because seriously,
This is unbelievable.
Michael, the Cowboys have a lot to be optimistic about. Obviously, you got Dak, you got Zeke,
thing.
but I want to get your thoughts on this. Did you see Ezekiel Elliott, obviously, at the St. Patrick's Day parade, had that little issue pulling down a woman's shirt, exposing her breast? How should the Cowboys handle him, or what would be your advice to Zeke with all his talent?
Man, let me tell you guys here, we often talk about these young guys, and we want, since they are such great players and making so much money, for them all to match what they're doing in their profession with their person. But that's not always the reality. What we must do is make sure we are discerning the difference between what is weakness and what is wickedness. Now, Ezekiel Elliott makes bad decisions in certain moments, but it's a weakness. It's not a wickedness. You got to undergird and strengthen the weakness. We got to get rid of the Aaron Hernandez wickedness. That's how they just have to undergird him and keep talking about him and talking to him about not making those bad decisions. That's it. It ain't no, we need to get rid of him, we need to do this, we need to do that. You need to work with him and help him make better decisions, period. And I think Zeke would do that. I think he would do that. He's learning and understanding the stage he's on that is bigger than he could fathom. I told him, I said, man, listen, Ohio State is big. You got to multiply it by 20 to get a grasp.
What makes you think he's learning that? Because he keeps making these kind of, not sinister mistakes, but bad mistakes in public nonetheless. What makes you think he's learning?
Well, when we're sitting here And these situations that comes after the bad decision, trust me, you start taking into account, oh, I can't do those things, I can't do those things, I can't do those things. He has to be learning that. He has to be learning, and I know we're talking to him about trying to get it.
I will genuinely say I have nothing to add because I couldn't have put it any better. You're more qualified than almost anybody to say what you said, and I appreciate where you're coming from. So I thank you for that. And I root for Zeke Elliott because he's a bad boy. He can play. I can't stand Cowboy fans, but it doesn't mean I don't have love for the players. Back to the original point, though, I want to add this to close out this segment. A guy by the name of Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith both had to hold out at points in their careers to get their money from Jerry Jones. Tony Romo hasn't had to do that. I just thought I'd end the segment.
I don't think neither did Troy Aikman. I think that's usually how the league works.
Really?
In
Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith had to hold out for money. But hold it, don't interrupt. Yeah. Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith had to hold out for money, but Tony Romo did not.
At the time we signed the deal, it was the biggest deal in the history. So we were moving the needle for those.
Life size, bigger than life.
Life size,
bigger than life. In a private plane.
We were moving the needle for those.
We gotta go to commercial. We gotta go to commercial.
All right, then don't be shooting.
We got to go to private plane, right?
Out of the commercial.
Get some new glasses.
All right.
I'm tired of them glasses.